All right, guys, we're releasing a 6-part video series of 6 unconventional ways to lose fat. Part of the reason that I wanted to do this is because I want to build value around some really simple basic lifestyle guidelines that are connected to improving body composition. And so one of the changes that here at Central Athlete that we recommend to our clients as it relates to body composition is walking more. And so people come in here and they're paying a couple $100s to work with us per month, and we tell them to walk more, and sometimes there's a little resistance with that. They feel like that something more glamorous is what they're missing, and they need to get into carb cycling, or they need to take a very specific supplement protocol. And we talk a lot about mastering the basics. So my first unconventional way to lose fat is the principle of NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This really just means moving more throughout the day with low intensity movement. So our simple prescription is we want you to walk more, and that can be very individualistic, but the line in the sand that's been popularized is 10,000 steps per day. And I think that's a great protocol to help these sorts of people. Now, in most people's minds, this has to do with, oh, I'm gonna burn some more calories, and so this is gonna help me lose weight. But that's not really what we're going for. We're going for 2 things. That's lymph drainage, or lymph movement, and blood flow. And the reason why this is so important is because we live in a toxic world. The question is not if we are toxic, it is how toxic are we? So according to the 2012 Toxic Substance Control Act inventory, there's 83,000 man-made chemicals in our environment today. Now a newborn, right, this is somebody who hasn't even had his first breath of air, is exposed to 287 chemicals just by being connected from the mother via the umbilical cord. And 217 of those chemicals are considered neurotoxins. So as it relates to improving body composition, many of these chemicals are considered obesogens, which will impair thyroid function, and it's going to slow down metabolism. So as people lose weight, we need to really start talking about toxins and how that affects their journey of improving their body composition. So we've all heard those stories before about the 350-pound dude who drops 120 pounds and he's down to 230 pounds. So he's done something remarkable, but he just plateaus there. No matter what he does, he starts eating less, eating more, eating different types of things. He exercises more. Simply, his body cannot handle it. And what's going on there is that as you lose adipose tissue and you have less stored fat, which is where fat-soluble toxins are stored, your body then is trying to figure out what to do with all those toxins. So your liver and the 5 emunctories are primarily responsible for the detoxification that happens. So toxins can be stored either in your fat or possibly in your brain. Now that is the last thing that your body wants to do, is to allow toxins, specifically neurotoxins, to ever migrate their way up to the brain. So if we'll take the case example of that client who's gotten down to 230 pounds and he's plateaued, what's going on there is not enough adipose tissue where the body's saying, hey, there's not enough fat for me to put these toxins, and I'm not going to put it in the brain, so it goes into conservation mode. So that just really brings me back to the concept of NEAT and the value around daily movement. Many of you guys have furry little friends that need daily activity. Oftentimes we have little ones that can benefit greatly from this as well. And there's also just a primal connection here of just connecting to the ways that we are supposed to operate and move and function as Homo sapiens. So as it relates to fat loss, keep it simple, 10,000 steps per day, move more. But this is a biological necessity that needs to happen. And if you do this for long periods of time, this will help you incredibly with improving your body composition. Check back in for the remainder of the 5 unprecedented ways to improve your body composition and lose fat. And I'm excited for y'all's comments, so please comment below.